Welcome back. So, game 4. The bad news is I'm not going to be able to see game 5. Game 6 is going to be dependent on what happens with the Stanley Cup final because game 6 is tomorrow night in Edmonton. Game 7 would be Monday night in Florida. So, we'll see. But we will have a game 6. The Hershey Bears tonight making sure this series is going back to Hershey, Pennsylvania for game 6 with this result. It is the first loss that Coachella Valley has had at home in these playoffs. I know I'm not wearing a jersey. I only have 2 jerseys of Hershey. This is actually a Hershey. It's one of those Hawaiian shirts that I do like so much. So I figured, why not? All right. So I also, another thing I wanted to do, because I know people don't watch these like the NHL ones. So for next year, I have got myself something here for the panic index, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to make that work. All right. So, let us discuss this game, shall we? It is a fiery entrance by Coachella Valley. A lot of fire for their entrance. And all I could think was, that could melt some ice if they don't do that right. But anyways, I'm sure there's really good pyrotechnicians. Nothing to worry about there. Shepard versus Drieger. Lind has an early chance that's held. Shepard, I felt like he was going to be busy again. He faced, I think it was 42 shots in the last game. He's nowhere near that busy tonight. Student each to Lind. There's a near miss there. The Firebirds had the lone shot on net 2.5 minutes in. Good forechecking by the Bears leads to a press by Hershey 3 minutes in. There's a kick save on Haman Octel. The rebound's cleared. Huntington has a net feed that's picked off. The teams then trade turnovers. Strome has a shot that's held by Drieger. We get some pushing there. The Bears press at 6.5 minutes. They draw a power play. Very, very busy penalty kills for both teams. Very busy power plays for both teams tonight as well. So they cycle. It's cleared out. The Firebirds then force an offside. They set up, but the Firebirds clear again. It's killed off. One shot on net on that power play. Then there's an offensive zone penalty by Trineyev. So the Firebirds with a power play. Coachella Valley came into this night with a 1-for-10 record on the power play. It's now 1-for-14. There's a shorthanded rush by Riley Sutter. Shot gets kicked aside. Firebirds struggle to get set up. Lind has a slot shot that's saved. There's another clear. The clear that followed that one ended it off. Just the one shot during that power play for the Firebirds. Frank then has a prime chance. That's blocked. The Firebirds press with 8 minutes left. The shots are 7-2 for the Bears with 7.5 minutes left. The Firebirds really struggling against that Bears defense. Just really, really smart play by the Bears tonight, keeping them to the outside for the most part. Trineyev, flat and shore. There were a lot of big hits thrown by Hershey tonight. Shoulder save on Haman Octel. The Firebirds have a 3-on-2 that's defended. McCormick can't bury one on a turnover. He's a Firebird as well. Frank tips one over the net as the Bears get some pressure. Drieger leaving some rebounds in dangerous spots in this game. And that's definitely one part of his game that might very well be keeping him in the AHL. Rode fires one wide as the Firebirds press. The Firebirds get stuck on 2 shots. And then at 18:37, where the Firebirds still have 2 shots, Frank goes 5-hole on a net drive. Lapierre and Haman Octel with the assists. So that was the 10th shot on net for Hershey. Again, the Firebirds with 2 to that point. It is 1-0 for the Bears. The Bears look for another. Good forechecking by them. The Firebirds do press to close. The Bears block. There's some pushing at the horn. The referees let the players know. Knock it off. And so it's 1-0 Hershey after the first. Second period. Early press by Hershey, but they're kept away from the net. McElrath has a shot that reaches the goal line, but the Firebirds clear it. No idea how that one didn't go in. Winterton has a rush chance that's saved. Vecchione then takes a puck up high. It looked like it was in the neck area or collarbone. That can be a bit scary because you don't always have a lot of protection in that area, right? But he does get up and he skates off. The Firebirds press. They can't bury with the dog pile at the Bears net. There's more pressure by the Firebirds. They're kept to the outside. Things get pushy on a hold by Drieger. Olofsson fires one wide. The Bears rush the other way. The shots are 4-1 for Coachella Valley, 4.5 minutes into the period. Bears draw power play. Fans really unhappy with that one. They cycle. Frank fires one wide. Snively has a shot that's blocked. It's cleared out. Firebirds clear again. Hershey sets up. They cycle. Another clear. It's killed off. No shots on net. So while they had some cycling going on there, Hershey just can't find their way to the net. McElrath prevents a Coachella Valley goal at the net. I think it was Shane Wright. Shane Wright was everywhere tonight, so sure. Power play for the Firebirds. Things get punchy before the call's made. I need the red Firebirds jersey. I'm guessing that's a third jersey. I couldn't find it online. I need that. So when I go down to California in August, um, I need that. I need that jersey. We're not going to Palm Springs, but I need that. Anyways, we get 2 minutes of 4-on-4 instead of the Coachella Valley power play because I think it's Miroshnichenko gets knocked down, so he drew the power play, and then he gets up and he throws a punch, so it becomes 4-on-4. Do not give the officials a reason to make it 4-on-4. It's the reality of the National Hockey League, and it's the reality apparently of the AHL as well. So Prisky has a slot shot that gets blocked, and then on a net drive, after a turnover at center ice by Hershey, Wright buries one. Studenic and Fleury with the assists at 9:40. So during the 4-on-4, it's a goal for the Firebirds. Then there's an offensive zone penalty by Lind, so we get 50 seconds of 4-on-3 for the Bears. The Bears cycle. Lapierre has a net feed that's blocked. It's cleared. Frank has a shot that deflects out, as now we're at the 5-on-4 portion of the power play. Rubinski has a net feed that's tipped wide. Huntington has a chance that's held. There's some pushing there. Dubé has a net drive that's defended. That power play gets killed off by the Firebirds. Snively then has a chance that's caught and held. There's some chance for Drieger on that play. The Firebirds go to the power play. There's an early clear. Then they cycle. The fans wanted a shot. The Firebirds just keeping it around the perimeter, and the Bears are fine with it being around the perimeter. The Bears clear. Shore has a shot that's held. The Bears clear again. Then there's a shorthanded net drive by Strome that's denied. And so that kills off the power play with one shot for the Firebirds on it. And then there's an offensive zone penalty by Melanson, which leads to the fourth Bears power play. Lots of offensive zone penalties by these players tonight. I know there was one for Hershey. I think there was 2 or 3 for Coachella Valley tonight. So the Bears with their fourth power play, they cycle. Snively fires one wide. The Firebirds clear. They clear it again. Hershey really struggling to set up. Good aggressive penalty kill, and they kill that off. Not even a shot for Hershey. I don't even know if they had a shot attempt really on that one. Then there's a goal line stand by Shepard. Things get pushy again. And then at 18 minutes, on a 2-on-1 rush, Lapierre buries one in close. Frank and Snively with the assists. Hershey has the lead back. So after a really strong period by Coachella Valley, all of a sudden Hershey has got the lead again. Firebirds look to answer. Then there's an offensive zone penalty by Winterton. So the Bears get a power play with 1:22 left. They cycle. Frank has a shot that's blocked. Then there's a shorthanded rush by Studenic, which leads to, I think it was a slash on Studenic that makes it a 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 25 seconds. The referee's not shy about calling anything tonight. So it's 2-1 for Hershey, and it's still 4-on-4 as we start the third period. Triniev has a backhand that's saved during the 4-on-4, and then Evans, and again, it's during the 4-on-4 at 32 seconds. He wires one on a net drive. Studenic and Shore with the assists. That was the second 4-on-4 goal, of course, for Coachella Valley, and it ties the game at 2. The Bears then kill off the brief power play that the Firebirds had on the other side of the 4-on-4, and they don't allow a shot there. Firebirds press. Hughes has a chance it's held. Then there's too many Bears on the ice. Firebirds going to the power play. However, the referees talk about it, and they realize that, yes, the player coming on the ice played the puck, but they also only had 5 guys on the ice. So they make the right call by not making the call. Limoges has a net feed that's blocked. The Firebirds rush, and then the Bears draw the 6th power play of the game. There's an early clear, and then there's another, and you can't give them 6 power plays. Snively banks one in off the Coachella Valley defender. Frank and Lapierre with the assists at 4:21. I think it was off Jimmy Schultz, actually. So that makes it 3-2 for Hershey. The Firebirds then get a power play. There's an early clear, and again, they cycle. The Bears block. They clear. There's a near miss by the Firebirds in close, and then the puck's cleared out to end that power play. Shore's then denied in close as the Firebirds are pressing for the tie. In fact, the shots are 5-2 for Coachella Valley, 7.5 minutes into the third period. Fans call one, the referee doesn't. Strong forechecking by the Firebirds leads to some pressure. The Bears then have a 3-on-2 that misfires after Wright is absolutely robbed by Shepard in close. Henman has a rush that's defended. Coachella Valley presses with 7 minutes left. Lapierre's then denied on a rush. There's a shoulder save on the next chance for Lapierre after that. He had a pretty good shift there. Vecchione flattens Lind. The fans wanted a call, so the ref sucks. It was just one of those plays where Lind didn't have his head up. He didn't see Vecchione coming in. I didn't think there was anything there worthy of a call, but the fans were not happy. Lynn does stay on the bench, and then the fans call when the referee doesn't. That one probably should have been a penalty, but again, at this point, I guess after 10 power plays, they're like, all right, we've got our quota, we're done. You guys just figure this out yourself. Trineyev has a net drive chance that's held. The Firebirds press with 3 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Things get pushy on a hold by Shepard with traffic at the net. Coachella Valley calls a timeout with 1:36 left. I think Hershey was happy about that too. Their defenders had to be tired. The Bears ice the puck with 1:27 left. They do it again with 53.1 seconds left and with 15.2 seconds left. And then they win the following face-off and throw the puck down the ice. Everybody stopped playing, expecting it to be icing. The icing gets waved off, and that ends the game. There wasn't enough time for Coachella Valley to come up the ice and get a scoring chance. So your final score in this one's 3-2 for Hershey. And again, I know I'm not wearing a jersey. The T-shirt that I'm wearing, this is the Bald for Bucks shirt that you get from the Sabres if you pledge to their charity. I just got this last week, so I've been wearing it. But I figured, I know Sabres aren't involved in this, and it's not their AHL franchises, but hey, it's fine. So the shots on net, 11-4 in favor of Hershey in the first period, 9 apiece in the second, then 11-5 for the Firebirds in the third. Final shots, 25-24 for Hershey. This was a very evenly played game. A lot of special teams time. The Hershey Bears go 1 for 6 on the power play. Coachella Valley goes 0 for 4. Shepard saves 22 out of 24. He did not score. Drieger with 22 saves on 25 shots. In fact, both of these goalies lazy. Not a goal from either of them all year. But anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.